Luca Pasquero is possibly one of the nicest person I have met in the last 2 3 years. He has been so straightforward, kind, with no filters. I became quite good to understand all the bullshits winemakers tell us. In a way, when you go to a winery, Roscioli is a big name, Rimessa is a big name, of course, and everyone want to please us in a way. And so I immediately understand where they try to play a role like a character, try to, oh, we are natural, this is five generation of winemaking, and we want to do the best. We don't care about money. Everyone cares about money in a way or the other, but winemakers sometimes they don't. Sometimes you feel that they care more about the wine than the money, and Luca is one of them. And he makes possibly one of the best Barbaresco ever. We have been doing more than one tasting comparing Barbaresco and Gaia, Barbaresco from Paitin and Gaia in a blind taste, and Paitin was considered better from everyone. I'm talking about people that didn't know about wine and people that were wine expert. And we decided for tier one to go for this Arneis. Arneis is a grape variety that means the thing because the winemakers there they didn't know what to do with that because that is a red wine region, of course. You know Barolo and Barbaresco more as a red wine. And the grape variety that are growing there historically are Favorita, which is a kind of a clone of Vermentino, and the other one is Arneis, which is possibly another clone of Vermentino. Someone says it's coming from Tokai from Friuli. Nobody knows actually the origin of it. And it used to be a kind of an aromatic grape variety. The first one that started to blend it, to produce it as a single grape variety was Angelo Negro in 1956. He was considered kind of a great crazy guy. The idea of making, bottling a white wine in the Barbaresco area. I don't know if you know Roero. If there is a map over there, I'll show it to you. But anyway, just want to make it clear from a geographical point of view. Barolo and Barbaresco are over here. Okay, this is the area of Barbaresco. Roero, there is a river called the Tanaro. Opposite on the river Tanaro there is a region called Roero. I call it the Diet Coke of Nebbiolo, the Roero. Usually there is a sandy soil, and the Nebbiolo is a bit flat. It tastes like Chinotto. Chinotto is a strange, soft. It's called the Italian Coke, soft drink. I hope my friends from Roero don't get offended from that. But it's an ideal place for the Arneis, which is a grape variety that has been underestimated for a long time, and in the recent years has been growing a bit. The winemakers that are lucky enough to have the vineyards beside the river, there is a beautiful temperature excursion there, so you get a bit of a salty finish based on this strong aromatic. The main flavor you get on the nose is the peach, which is not the cheesy peach you get usually from bad Sauvignon from New Zealand. This is a real peach, so there is no selected artificial aromas in this. To me, this is a beautiful white wine, and it's got a personality at the same time. It's got a light fruitness. The goal here is to match Republicans and Democrats in a way that I've noticed there are two big families in aesthetics, in politics. Mainly the world is divided into different visions. Get the pleasure now and get the pleasure tomorrow. Who cares about global warming? We're going to use everything now, Trump, or let's take care about our children, Obama. Why don't we stay in between? Why don't we take care of ourselves and our children? And at the same time, in wine business is the same thing. We have wine that are supposed to be immediately pleasant, and who cares about the fact that they're not going to age? And there are ones that are made a bit rustic and difficult to drink, and now more related with tradition, but they will be great to taste in the future. And I have to tell you this: the best wines in the world are able to stay exactly in between. They are able to stay between the idea that wine is not just a simple pleasure, it's something complex, but it doesn't mean you don't get pleasure in drinking it. And Arneis is a perfect example of it. Let me tell you a story about this specific grape variety. I remember in a blind taste with my friend Maurizio, we tried from a producer. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was Del Tetto. I don't want to make mistake it. They opened a bottle of 1989 of Arneis, and trust me, having a 30 years old Arneis, a white wine from Italy, is not something that I would suggest to anyone. And we all thought was a burgundy white. This means two things. that Arneis is a really incredible, great variety, and the second thing that maybe I'm a really bad sommelier.